Via! Via! Dai Albi!
Hey guys, it's Fraser. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to break down for you one of the drills that we use at the end of our agility session. Every drill that you bring into a session should have layers to it in terms of you can progress and regress it based on what you're seeing from the athletes. Now call this context-based drill or game speed drill, whatever you want. This comes at the end of our session and it's really good for challenging the players on making decisions, and wherever you place the defenders and how you structure the drill is going to determine the speed of the attacker or the defender or the support runner and the strategies that they use. So it's a really good one to finish on after your skill section of the session, and then moving on to maybe a more of a stimulus based or a predetermined cut or whatever it is you're working on. You might be working on maneuverability, you might be working on your cutting step, whatever it is you're working on. You know, you need time to do that within the session and you need time to see the postures that you want. This would be something that you finish the session with. If you want more information on how we kind of structure the speed agility sessions, then go and check out this video here, and then wait a second, this video here, because I can't link them at the same time on YouTube, and you'll get some more information on that. But today we're talking about this drill, so let's have a look at it and break it down. So all we have is one attacker and one defender. Now the attacker has to score a try and the defender has to do a tackle or just a touch before the try is scored. Both players need to get through their determined gates, and to start with, the defender's on the ground and the attacker is just reacting to the ball. He'll have to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to the cones. Call that a neural primer, call it reacting, call it low level plyometrics, whatever you want. Suffice to say, within 10 seconds he's off and the defender has to catch him. This is a really good place to start because the attacker has to go as fast as possible through the gate to score the try. There's obviously a bit of reaction at the start, there's a predetermined gate that he needs to go through, and that'll be more of a curved run that he'll have to do. The defender has to get himself back in the game as quickly as possible and make that chase and make that tackle, or in this case touch. So you're really driving intent to get there as fast as you can and score a try in this first simple drill. Once you see that intent and you see players running as fast as possible, it's time to move on to the second drill and add a layer of complexity. Guys, I would highly suggest that you match up players based on their position. So here we've had a hooker against the centre that, you know, in some cases might be all right, but in this particular case it was a hard task for the hooker. So try to pick someone that you're more or less around the same speed as, and it'll make for a better stimulus and make for a better race. So the first progression is making it a 2-on-1. You place a defender 15 meters back from where you're seeing these blue gates or ruck shields. Now that defender can be placed centrally or to a side, and that's going to affect what strategy goes on with the ball carrier. The goal is still to score a try, and of course that defender can press forward as soon as he's seen the ball carrier pass through the gates. Now there's still only one defender, so that means we've got two in attack, because the guy that was on the ground that was a defender in the first drill now becomes part of the attack. So it's really important the ball carrier attacks the line, he goes hard, he interests the defender, and depending on where that defender's come from, whether you place him at the side, centre or the other side, he's going to have the option of or beating him or giving an offload to the support runner, who's going to be coming onto the ball as fast as he possibly can. So of course the ball carrier is going as fast as he can, but he's going to have to play with his speed just like you would in a game. The defender is going to have to also play with his speed because he's trying to make sure he's the last guy in defence. He's trying to make sure that they don't score a try. But then you've got the supporting runner who's going as fast as he can because he's started on the ground. He needs to get up back in the game and run as fast as he can to be an option for the ball carrier to create the 2-on-1. So it makes it real for all three players, and there's different strategies and speed and timing depending on which role you're in: defender, support runner, or ball carrier. So there's so many layers and ways that you can progress this, but the next one that we would use is going into having an extra defender. So it becomes a 2-on-2 but with a split defence. So here we can see the guy that's passing the ball now becomes part of the defence. So we have the ball carrier, the support runner, the last man defender, but then we have that chase defender that's going to come through the gates. So if the ball carrier and the support runner aren't fast enough, then that defender tracking back is going to catch them. So this is great because now you have two guys running as fast as they possibly can. You have the support runner who's having to catch up with the ball carrier, then you have the chase defender who has to go through the same gate as the support runner, and obviously you've got the ball carrier who has the decision to make, who has to play with his speed in terms of, does he need to go fast for his support runner, does he need to hold back a little bit and stride out, and the defender coming forward to defend the line is going to use his body in a way that maybe pushes the ball carrier into having less options. So maybe he's moving the ball carrier to the side, and he knows that he's got a support runner or another defender coming in to help him out and take the other player. So it's actually a really simple drill, and it's just knowing what to look out for and what you want from the session. Remember, the number one thing to start with is that you're seeing intent and speed and players running as fast as they can, particularly the guy off to the side who's either a defender at the very start or he becomes the support runner. That's the guy that you should see an arcing run and running as fast as he possibly can. So to recap, there's acceleration, there's decision making, there's arcing runs depending on how you set up the gates. There's obviously top end speed for the support runner who's coming through and has to score a try. And there's certainly agility for the ball carrier and for the other players who have to react to what the defender's doing, where the defender's pushing them, and obviously play with their speed. And they might need to use arcing runs, they might need to use steps, they might need to go for a kick, as we can see our fly half does here, for the supported runner to run on and score a try. So guys, it's absolutely not the only drill that you should do in your training, but it is one that you can bring into your toolbox and definitely has layers to it. You might just do one of these layers for like 1 or 2 weeks, or you might go through all the layers in one session. It completely depends on what you have in front of you and what you're coaching. Guys, I hope that's helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe and do all that stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers. Ciao.